Welcome back to the show. We got a great one lined up. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Don't tell nobody I bought that dip yesterday. Mrs. Backup's not home. I'm telling all of you, but don't tell on me. Good morning. Let's get to it. Ranging between 55, 56 cents. We're at 55 cents right now. The market itself is $2.08 trillion. The market's off by 0.7, 56,700 plus, 700 plus for Bitcoin, 2,300 plus for Ethereum, 118 billion plus market cap for USD Tether. But for how much longer? USDC market cap 34 billion plus. XRP is up 0.7 at 55 cents on the 24 and off by 3.9 on the 7-day. Let's get into this. Look, I want to remind you guys, and look, this has been so well received, and look, I'm helpful. I'm glad to be helpful, and I'm glad it's working for you. Guess what I did? I started my second round with my wife, Mrs. Backup, today. I started the second round of the spike protein dissolution, the spike support. If you've had the COVID shot, you're concerned about spike protein buildup, Dr. McCullough, who you're looking at right here, says that this is the best product that they have out right now to dissolution the spike protein that builds up into your body, causing all kinds of problems and issues. Now, with that being said, you guys can get this product right here. Click supplements, spike support formula, and you could get it. It's right there. And I have a discount, 10% discount link right now underneath the video that you can get it. But I also recommend, because we know how funny this government is, we don't have a free world that we live in. They restricted all kinds of helpful medicine that none of us could get a hold of, but now you can. But for how much longer? I don't know. But you get a discount on anything you buy here, and every family household should have an emergency medical kit. Ivermectin, generic Z-Pak, and amoxicillin, just to say the least here. This is a must-have, and if you've had the shot and you want to deal with that, I totally get that too, because this is where you need to be, ladies and gentlemen. Link underneath the video. It's the first link underneath this video. Don't mess around. We know how this government can be. I tell you, you don't want them to shut stuff like this down and not have access to it. Let's get started. I want to start right here. This is from the New York Proper Party here, but I want to start right here and listen to this.
20, right before Christmas, and the goddamn SEC is suing me. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it was kind of a dark time. And out of nowhere comes a ray of sunshine, and that sunshine is named John Deaton.
You damn right it's John Deaton. They're looking for him. Hold on, they're gonna find him.
You guys were...
There he is. There he is. And you know what? John Deaton won the Republican primary in Massachusetts, and he's going to be debating Elizabeth Warren head on, and he's going to destroy her. And I firmly believe that's why she was crying at the recent DNC. I'm telling you, she's not able to handle what a guy who gets things done can say. It's going to be devastating for her. If I was her, I'm not even kidding. And I know they're listening. Elizabeth, if I was you, I'd resign. Save yourself the embarrassment. Just resign. Because John Deaton is going to dismantle you in a way that's probably going to affect you for the rest of your life. There's no question about it. And shout out to John. And I continue to do everything I can in my power to help aid him in his way and path to becoming the next senator in Massachusetts. I'm asking all of you to do it as well. Go to johndeatonforsenate.com. Please donate whatever you can. We are too close to lose this. Not only is Massachusetts about to get back on track, but we're about to see the anti-crypto general sent packing, so we can get American innovation back on track again. And John Deaton is going to play a massive role in the Senate in educating the rest of the Senate on what innovation and what distributed ledger technology and crypto assets even are. And then I highlight this, and I covered this in this morning's video. The CFTC issues an order against Uniswap for offering illegal digital assets derivatives trading, basically saying, we've ordered a fine. They can now pay a fine and a cease and desist, and the CFTC is going to wrap this case up and let it go. Well, that's interesting to me, because I said in the first video this morning, I was like, is this a signal that the Biden-Harris team is going to do a rope-a-dope and try to push crypto through before the election to try to gain favor at the voting booth? They'll get none from me. you might as well not do a damn thing. You're worthless. You've been feckless. Actually, you've not been feckless. You've been harmful. The way that they've been governing this nation has been absolutely harmful. So they'll get no support from me. It's time for them to get packing too. And then look at this. Talk about the Biden-Harris team acting like having people like Mark Cuban go out and play favor and be a puppet for this administration and the Harris team, claiming that they are going to do good things for crypto, but yet we continue to see more enforcement actions. Here's another one. Caitlin Long highlights another crypto bank, another enforcement action. This time it's United Texas Bank. And it just shows that while they're saying out of one side of their mouth to try to gain votes that they're going to do something for crypto and using people like Mark Cuban to portray and put forth this posturing, but at the same time, what are they really doing? They're crushing this space. So we'll see. But you know what? The world's not waiting. Mastercard launches crypto card in Europe. You know, where they have the MICA regulations that have already passed for stablecoins. And the second half of those regulations are going to pass by December 30th, which is not long from now. Mastercard launches a crypto card wallet in EU and Europe linked directly to your private wallet. Spend euros at 100 million merchants and pay with Bitcoin or crypto. But yet we're seeing all of this suing banks that are crypto banks in the United States. Remember, they're considering here in the U.S. of doing this rope-a-dope move for crypto and calling all cryptocurrency and putting it under the Bank Secrecy Act, which will give the banks total control of it, which is what they want because they're sick and tired of watching their customers for over a decade go across the street to buy crypto. Don't forget that the connections are already here. And you see what they're doing, 100 million merchants available to take crypto through your Mastercard. Now, we know that Ripple is a part of the CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency Partner Program with Mastercard, right? And when it comes to Visa, what do we know? They bought Currency Cloud, which had a direct relationship with Ripple. Oh, yeah. And when it comes to outside of the country, look at what Ripple continues to do. Strengthen their relationships, especially with long-term partners like SBI. I love seeing this. Absolutely love seeing this. And shout out to everybody for sharing the pictures, and Emi Yoshikawa here for sharing this as well. Today I visited Representative, Together Ripple CEO, President Monica Long, SVP Eric Van Miltenberg, and had a very meaningful exchange of opinions. The interview made me think a lot about what Ripple can do to maximize Japan's potential. You know, there's always been a strong inclination that this could jump off, right? That this could jump off, let's say, in Japan and the UK. You know, and I don't know, look, I'm not a historian or economist, but I do know that there's a great relationship between Japan and the United States when it comes to the U.S. dollar dominance, how they hold bonds, and their current situation for the, well, not current, but their current situation, which has spanned decades of the trouble they've had with their dollar and economy. Head on a swivel. And over in China, President Xi Jinping says it's important to build an open, inclusive, discrimination-free space for the digital economy. I mean, it's, you know, this is what we're talking about here. Let me see if I can get this going.
催生新质生产力，各国要打造开放、包容、非歧视的数字经济。
Open, inclusive, non-discriminatory environment for a digital economy. He goes on to mention AI and having global governance for that as well, which is going to need to be done, no doubt about it. Now, of course, I don't know if I'm going to want to know about China's opinion on what's going to be done, but nevertheless, the world is moving towards this while the U.S. continues to hammer all of the entities out here that are building this space. Let's talk about this. This is Klaus Schwab from the World Economic Forum, who predicted a couple years ago A major cyber attack just happened and it disrupted many hospitals and ambulances. Remember what the World Economic Forum warned. This is the problem here. Listen to what he says. And the reason I'm showing this is because while we're watching the U.S. as a laggard in this space, we realize, what do we realize? The entire infrastructure that moves money in our world is antiquated and vulnerable. And nobody knows it better than this asshole you're looking at right here. You know, the same ones that brought us the pandemic, right? Take a listen.
Pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance.
A small disturbance in comparison to this cyber attack he's warning everybody about. You know, this is one of the reasons that I want to see the United States introduce new market infrastructure for the digital economy so we can eliminate something like this. But it's almost as if they want it. The World Economic Forum has predicted cyber warfare will collapse the global grid. Now Kash Patel states there's a possibility of blackouts before the November election. Now, I don't know if you were in the Freedom Zone this morning, but I just showed you the presence of military and others in major cities like New York, Manhattan, that is showing signs of something is going on, but we don't yet know what. Then there is the announcement of X moving to XTV. Well, you ask yourself, whoa, Brad, what the hell? We were just talking about pandemics and cyber attacks. What are you talking about? Stay with me. Stay with me. X will be bringing XTV very soon, but that isn't all. They're also going to be bringing X payments. They're 14 states short of having the entire coverage of the country yet. They're going to get it. And it's going to happen faster than you think. I didn't even realize they had 36 licenses, right? But I want you to entertain this notion, understanding that X is designed to be a super app in its ultimate goal, which means you could do everything in it. Communicate with others, watch entertainment, right? Make payments. You know, it almost seems like this could become an extremely critical platform if there is, in fact, a cyber attack. Why would I say that? Well, if there's a cyber attack, Brad, it'll all get shut down. Will it? You know, the same guy that bought X, or Twitter and made it X, has over 6,000 Starlink satellites floating and orbiting around Earth right now. And guess what? Nobody can shut that off. Now think about it. The same guy who's inventing cars, the same guy is building tunnels under major cities, the same guy who is launching all of these satellites, buys Twitter, makes it X, and is about to open it up to a super app. While we're at the same time simultaneously hearing about how we're going to see a cyber attack from the World Economic Forum telling us that it will make COVID-19 look like nothing in comparison. Now tell me that this right here that you're looking at doesn't look like a solution to that problem. Because none of those bad actors are able to shut this off. That's what I'm seeing taking place here. Then there's this. Yesterday, Gemini had a little fun and put this out. XRP. But what's interesting is that X is the X from the X platform. You see? XRP. I remember years ago when DAI got laughed at by a lot of people because Starlink, he was saying Starlink could be connected to this new payment system in the world. And you know what? The closer we get to all this, the more I believed he was right then. I believe even more he's right now. I absolutely agree with him. And I absolutely agree with him that there is a possibility that XRP could be used in the back end of the payment system, because we already know that the XRP tip bot worked on Twitter. I remember breaking it back when President Trump was actually the active president at the time, and they had a tip bot they were using on his platform and profile. But this would be a great way to introduce on the consumer side the ability to transact. Certainly you could use XRP on the back end. It doesn't have to be on the front end. But what I'm saying is that you're tapping into a social media platform which deals with consumers and general citizens all around the world and connecting them if we do, in fact, experience some kind of cyber attack. Then there's this. Rumor or trumor? Apple uses new technology that allows customers to send money with just a tap. Apple has already integrated Ripple's infrastructure. And you know what? This part is true. Apple and Ripple's partnership, how XRP could change Apple to pay transactions. Ripple's interledger protocol integration into Apple Pay enables cross-ledger payments, transforming transaction efficiency and inclusivity by simplifying USD, Euro, GBP, and to XRP conversions, ensuring global transactions with a focus on US and Canada compliance. Now, I even pulled this up because I wanted to search this, and basically it says here, there is no out-and-out specific announcement about XRP, however, but the relationship of integrating Ripple's interledger protocol into its system, specifically like features like tap to pay and iOS 18s, this integration suggests a technical partnership or at least a utilization of Ripple's technology by Ripple for payment solution. So, yes, we don't know about the XRP part, but the answer is yes. Where are we at here? Right now, the chart says we are experiencing major resistance at 60 and 65 cents, and we're at 55 cents. But in less than 7 weeks, maybe sooner, because 8 weeks would be months away. So going by what Brad Garlinghouse said about the launch of the real USD in weeks, not months, I wonder when they launch that real USD if it will bust through that resistance of 60, 65 cents or even 70, 75 cents like it's nothing and be a catalyst to begin to start to chase down those prices we've seen so many talk about for so long. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. Things are heating up, and I have a feeling this is going to be scary watching all of this go down because there are some bad actors out here in this world, and they're not afraid to do things to hurt and harm all of us to get what they want. We've all bear witness to it, and I hope it doesn't happen, and I hope that there's enough good actors out here that want to do what they can do and have plans and contingencies in place to really put down these people who are trying to harm all of us. Because it really is where we are here today. I mean, this isn't a right-left conversation. If you're just watching what's happening. I mean, you remember what happened in this world. They shut it off, right? So if you think about a small group of people who are willing to shut the world down simultaneously, tell me what they wouldn't do. I'll wait. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. I'll catch all of you on the next one.